Okay, guys, since everyone asked for the story time, let's take it back. So, in 2019, I had met this professional athlete and I thought we were going to be together, fall in love, like we were having all these like deep combos and I loved him. So, I told my friend, like I was talking to this girl every day. She was from LA. We were talking every single day. So I'm obviously telling her about this guy because we're talking to each other about all these different athletes, whatever. Then I'm telling her, like, truly, I love this man. Then she goes on a trip to go see one of his teammates. And I'm like, okay, girl, like, if you see him, like, give me the tea, like, let me know the vibe, like, whatever. Then she is like, oh, like, I went to his practice and I'm gonna go, like, back to the hotel, so I'm calling you. She gets into the Uber and the Uber says, hey, is it for Jack? That's not his name. But is it for Jack? We're gonna call him Jack. And she hangs up the phone and I'm like, wait, like, what? So I call back and I'm like, did they just say it's for Jack? And she's like, no, you know how these players like use fake names. And I'm like, okay, like it kind of checks out. Like I've had that happen before. So it's not like far off, but it was far off enough that I was like, his name's not common. Like it's not like a name that you would use for like a fake name. So then that's how I found out. She has denied it to this day or since we stopped talking or till we stopped talking. And so I asked him and he admitted it to me. Granted, he didn't know we were like best friends, but still. So again, that was in 2019. Fast forward to, I guess this must have been like what, 2020? No, the same year, 2019. So I met this girl in Toronto and we started traveling together. And so I was still talking to this guy. And she was like, okay, like, yeah, like, let's go see him in his city. So we fly there. We're having a great time. Granted, it was kind of a weird start because I had landed and he was sleeping. Like, he was not answering. And I waited, like, hours at the airport at night. And he was like, I was sleeping, sorry. I didn't have his address or anything. But we get to his home. We're having a blast. I'm like loving it. Like I'm going to have this man's babies. Like, love him. Love him. I'm obviously telling my girl. We had been traveling for like a month at this point. So we're getting close at this point. And I was like funding the entire trip between me and her. We went to like Cleveland, Orlando, LA, and then now this other place. So I'm like in love. His brothers are staying with him. So like we're all getting along. We're all going out for dinner. Like we're having a blast. Then me and my girl go out to the mall, come back, and this guy, his brother, was like, why do you have this? Or he said something weird that like made me know he had gone through my stuff and my wallet. So I'm like, that's fucking weird. And then so I'm going through my bags trying to make sure like nothing was like taken. And some stuff was taken from my bag. It was like backwoods, but I was buying it for someone back at home in Toronto. So I was like, you have to give this back or like pay me. Like, okay, this is gonna bother me. Okay, I was like, you're gonna have to pay me back or buy the backwoods again, or like, this is not mine. Like, I did not pay for this and you stole it from me. He was like, I didn't steal it, da 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 da. The athlete, my guy, comes back from practice and he's like, hey, like, these are my brothers, so y'all are gonna have to leave. So at that point we leave. He puts us into a hotel and is like, find your way back home, bitch. And I'm like broke at this point. Like I had like maxed out all my credit cards like on this travel with me and this girl. So I'm like, okay, I have to figure it out. Eventually, like a couple days later, he's like, I'll get you a flight back. My girl lived in a different city at the time. So we flew separately. So I had to like move out of my place that I was staying at. So I had to fly back, and she stayed for an extra day or two. We don't know at this point. I go on my flight back home. I'm throwing up the entire time. Like, the entire flight, and it was a long ass fucking flight. I want to say I had a layover, but it was long. I was flying from the West Coast to Toronto. And so I'm throwing up this entire flight. So when I land, I text her and I'm like, oh, I have this gut feeling, like, did you sleep with him? Like, did you guys hook up? She's like, yeah, we hooked up, like, we just kissed. And I was like, I just brought you on this trip, like, heart in my stomach, in my ass crack, like, I was flabbergasted. So I confront him, and he was like, yeah, I actually vibed with her. Her energy was much better than yours. And I'm like, a whole time homegirl is trying to rob you, and I'm like, let's not. Okay? Number one. So they did what they did. And I was like, well, she owes me a bunch of money, so... And he was like, okay, like, how much did she owe? I'll cover it. So, of course, I gave him a whole list of things. So he ended up sending me money for that. And we stopped talking at this point, okay? So this is 2019 still. I cut her off. I cut him off. And I was done. Until I was done for that moment. Okay, hopefully I could fit the rest in here. In this little segment. So, after a few months, she reaches out to me and says, I'm so sorry, like, he offered to pay for my school and I felt like I had to date him, like, I'm so sorry, I want to be your friend. So me and her become friends again, and at this point we're traveling all over the world again on my pocket, on my cost. And then, okay, so fast forward to 2022. Oh, wait, no. Reverse. In 2021, I was like traveling with a different friend at this point. So I'm traveling, I'm just like having fun. It's COVID, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm out of school, whatever. He asked me to come see him in a city. And I'm like, okay, sure, like, I'll give him a chance. Like, he's been begging to get back with me for like a year now. I'll give him a chance. So I go, and he offers me this $5,000 a day to, you know, be with him. So I'm like, I've hung out with him before. We get along. So, like, whatever. Let's just see what the future holds for us. I get there, and this man has gained all of his pre-athlete weight back. And we're talking about, like, 400 pounds. Which, like, not judging, but jump scare. Okay? I was in the hotel, jump scare. So, guys, that is what did it for me. It wasn't even like, oh, your ex cheated on you. It was the fact that he had gained so much weight and did not tell me was the issue here. So, I leave at that point. He had, like, prepaid for, like, a set amount of days, and I just left. I was like, I can't do that. So I leave. Fast forward. So that was in 2021. 2022, he passes away, and I'm like, I reach out to my friend that he cheated on me with, just being like, Jack died, like, I don't know if you heard, but I just wanted to let you know. And she was like, yeah, I know, I've been in contact with his family, and here's his GoFundMe if you want to donate. Donate? To the guy who cheated on me? So yeah, that is the story. And then, yeah, I obviously found out a bunch of stuff in the obituary, like how he had a son, which he never, the video cut off. But anyway, so I find out he has a son. I also find out that he is still dating my ex-best friend at this point. I had stopped talking to her for other reasons. So at this point, I'm just like dealing with emotions, because what the actual fuck is going on? And so that is my life and my story about how my ex cheated on me with not one, but two of my best friends, who I'm no longer friends with. And my ex, again, has passed away, so no longer friends with him as well.